Hey, good morning, Facebook people. We are back. This is Strip Threads. This is the courier build. I am Michael, your host. So we're back on the courier. Let's see. Last night we took it for its maiden voyage since I took this whole thing apart. I think it was back in May, maybe early June. I don't know. The days kind of melt into one lately. Took it completely apart. Cab off, all that kind of thing. I'm going to stop short of calling it a restoration, but so last night we took it for its first drive and all those months and all this work. And there's a few things I have to do. I've got a caliper dragging. When I went to bleed the brakes after putting the cab back on, I snapped off both of the little 6mm bleeder screws. The leprechauns down in town don't want to honor the warranty, so I had to buy a pair. They should be coming today, as a matter of fact. Those will get put on when they show up. So yeah, I had one of the calipers dragging on that. The other thing was the timing was way over advanced. Any kind of load whatsoever, it would ping really bad. So I'm going to set it. It's just one of the things I forgot to do. Let's see. The cruise control worked fine. I did film last night, although I must have bumped the record button. It didn't record. As soon as I set the thing on the dashboard, it shut off. The other thing was it was so dark that the camera couldn't pick up anything whatsoever. So, oh well. Here we are today. We'll do it again tonight when I get done. So today's plans are the calipers, we'll get the timing set. We'll probably go through and adjust the carburetor a little bit too. I need to adjust the clutch. I need to get the breather hose put on. Let's see, what else? There is, if I have the time, the plastic, spray some glue on the inside of the door, put some plastic on there for water, dust, and draft sealing. That's not incredibly important. I usually use a black trash bag for that. I just spray the door with the glue, set the trash bag on it, work the air bubbles out of it, make sure it's in all the little low spots, and then trim it around the edge, and then I'll go over to the other side and do the same thing, and that I'll have 2 sheets out of one big black trash bag. And it usually works pretty well for a long time. The headliner still looks great. I'll brush it after it's been in here for a while. The visors need to go in eventually. Door panels need to get worked on eventually. Kick panels need to get worked on eventually. Not necessarily today. So let's see. We'll get started on the timing and all the underhood parts first, and then we'll get back on the interior today. So we'll be back at you in a little bit. Okay, so we're back. I did get the door strikers adjusted. I got everything all greased and oiled up. Got the door hinges oiled up, so they all close pretty nice now. We got the breather hose on. I got the cooling system filled and burped, bled. Temporarily I've got that for an overflow. It'll work. There's not a lot of room to fit one. I went ahead and put the insulation on the AC hoses, kind of hid that clamp that was here. We got the drain hose put in. I got the timing taken care of. Mixture set. We're still waiting on the calipers to come in. let's see, I've went ahead now, moved on to the door panels. So the plan for these guys, this one's not too bad. They do need to be, I'm going to spray them because they're a little scuffed and stained. This one, the material is kind of coming apart. These already had holes in them for speakers. This side went on a different door, so the door speaker was in a slightly different position, so I ended up having to open the whole way up, which just looks like absolute crap. I went ahead and sprayed some glue here to kind of hold this together. I really do need to find some short staples and staple it. I might just put the longer ones in it for now, though. Got them both cleaned. Yeah, you can see that this just looks like crap and it's torn here. So the plan is to take the carpet, okay, we'll take this carpet here. I need to go inside and get some scissors, some real scissors. You can see where it's kind of faded, but I don't really care. Hold on. Put it right along this line here. I'm going to mask everything off to color it. Then I'll use the same masking to come back and spray the glue. So we're just going to put it right up against this line here, right up against the edge, and then cut it out around it and glue it. We'll cut the hole out a lot smaller, basically just enough to fit the magnet. And then when this goes on, the speaker will go on over it, the screws will go through it, and that'll give it a little bit of extra strength. And I think there's enough there to do both sides. I'll verify that first. So yeah, right now I need to go ahead and mask this off. Masking paper, tape, spray everything above that with another coat of this color vinyl paint. These panels were actually black originally. You can kind of see it. This stuff has done a phenomenal job of holding up. I mean, this is the driver's side panel. My knee is always sitting right here. You can kind of see a little bit of texture there. And they've held up really well, actually. So we'll get on that right now, and then move on to the next task. I'll be back after a bit. Okay, so it's another end to another long day. My calipers never showed. So what I ended up doing, I got the door panels done. They are painted, got the carpet glued down, got them installed. My neighbor actually had some really cool, some kind of like visqueen that had adhesive on one side. So we used that for the draft vapor dust barrier on the inside of the door. Got that done. I went ahead and recoated the door handles, even though they still look pretty good. Just all kinds of little details. You know, I got the little covers for the seatbelt things. I thought about leaving them off, but you know, I think I'll just clean them up and paint them. The sun visors were painted. I'm going to clean up the shafts. Way back when, I guess, 2008, when I did this, when I painted up the interior parts, I just painted over everything. So I'm going to clean all the paint off the chrome and polish that up, and then the visors themselves will be painted. Everything else is fine. I can get those put back on. Tomorrow I'm going to work on that plate for the heater controls radio. I've got this Bluetooth thing here. It's supposed to be 50 watts per channel for the front channel and 100 watts per channel for the rear channel. It's a Bluetooth receiver. It does the 3.5 millimeter aux. It does the USB. All it needs is a power source, and you're gold. You know, there's no radio in it, which is fine. I don't really listen to the radio anymore anyway. No CDs, none of that crap. I just play off of my iTunes and go with that. This is the most involved, most expensive one I've bought to date. It's about $35. Most of the ones I buy are like $10. And they're hidden. A lot of them I just sticky tape to the top or back of the original AM radio, and a lot of times I'll wire it to the original switch, so that way they seem like the original radio is working. That and geez, I mean, we're catching up to the end here. I found my little rubber bushing for underneath the hood. I got the breather hose hooked up, installed. I might need to zip tie it down because I think it might be rubbing on the hood, or there's like a little pad that goes on it, I think. So that's all done. I kind of have an overflow for the radiator, which is a Bud Light can. It works. It actually fits in the spot perfectly. You know, it's not the kind of beer I would drink, but it does the job. Eventually, I'm going to replace it with something a little fancier. I've got an old fire extinguisher somewhere that I've actually thought about using, but we'll get to that some other time. Let's see, wipers are back on. I got the timing done. I got the carb adjusted. Topped off the cooling system. The heater must have filled and then made it burp, so it was a little low on coolant. Yeah, long day. I'm missing one of my little boots that goes around the window crank, so I'll find that tomorrow and I'll get that put back on. I think the big thing I'm going to do tomorrow until the calipers show up is work on that plate. I've got another dashboard over there, so I'm going to go ahead and build it off of that and then just transfer it to this dash. Wow. So close yet so far away. I did get the clutch adjusted too. I'm not sure if it's enough yet or not. We won't know until I drive it. Yeah. It's a good stopping point for tonight, I think.